Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to talk about the 2024 general predictions for the sign of Aquarius. So if you are Aquarius Moon or Aquarius Ascendant, then this video is for you. These predictions are based on Vedic astrology, and first and foremost it is important to look at the transits from the moon. The reason is that every event that happens in a person's life will have an impact on the mind. The moon, as everyone knows, rules emotions, and the transits from the moon will tell us what emotions a person will feel, and the houses will tell us which area of life it will happen. Then you can look at transits from the ascendant to confirm an event. That way you can get a more precise prediction. So for example, if Jupiter is transiting the 7th house from the moon, that means a person can experience some growth and happiness in their relationship. Then from your ascendant, if Jupiter is transiting the 2nd house, then we could make a prediction that a person may get married, because Jupiter in the 2nd house would show expansion in the family. So that's the basic idea. So the first area of life, career. When Saturn is transiting the 1st house, it's actually a beneficial period to find work. But it is also a period where you will be required to work really hard. And the theme of this transit is for you to take responsibility. Saturn represents responsibilities, and this isn't just limited to career. It includes all responsibilities that people have in their life. But in terms of work, 2024 can be a year where there is an expectation, or rather people are depending on you to complete tasks, deliver projects and achieve outcomes, which can make this year feel like you are under tremendous amount of pressure. When Saturn transits the 1st house, it can also be a period of frustration and slow progress. Your life could revolve around your career, or any other new beginning or responsibilities which will have an impact on your personality. Whenever Jupiter is 4th from Saturn's position, a person can start to feel a little bit more joy and happiness in their work. So when Jupiter transits into your 4th house from May 2024, mentally you will start to feel a little bit of relief, and any frustrations and pressure regarding your work will start to be relieved. Mars is ruling your 10th house. And Mars is a planet which transits a house every 45 days. So there can be periods which are good, and some periods which may be tricky. Mars will transit your 1st house on the 15th of March 2024, and will be conjunct with Saturn. So the months of March and April 2024 can be a little bit stressful. However, from May, things will start to improve again. Secondly, because Rahu is transiting your 2nd house, this can show that you may have to move away from your family or your home country for work reasons. So you could move to a different location. Whenever Rahu transits the 2nd, 6th and 10th houses, it can show changes in your working environment. And together with Saturn in the 1st house, this can also show some changes or some kind of new job in a new place. For those that are in business, Saturn in the 1st house shows exactly the same thing. Plenty of responsibilities for you to take, and pressure to deal with. However, Jupiter is ruling your 11th house, which is one of the Karma Trikona houses. And when it is placed in another Karma Trikona house, which is the 3rd house, it is a really good position to work on your business. Here you can use your creativity skills and your marketing skills to enhance your business. Aquarius is also an innovative and progressive sign, and when Saturn transits Aquarius, it is a time where you need to make noticeable changes to your business. For finances, largely the money you earn depends on your work. Rahu is transiting your 2nd house in 2024, which is a natural exaltation spot for Rahu, because it is extremely strong in the sign of Taurus, and therefore can give plenty of economic benefits. In the sign of Pisces, which is the natural 12th house, there can be tremendous growth in foreign assets. Here you can also earn a lot of money, especially if you're working in or have a business related to creativity, healthcare, IT, or if you are working abroad. Rahu in the second house means that there is no end in the possibility to earn money. So if you are prepared to work hard in 2024, the year can be extremely fruitful for you. Now the thing about Rahu in the second house is, even if you have a lot of money or assets, Rahu can make you feel like what you have is not enough, because Rahu has insatiable desires. Pisces is the natural 12th house, which represents expenses in addition to foreign income. Now, Rahu in the second house can also make you spend a lot of money, because it is not just the house of your bank balance and assets, it's the house of what you value. So if you value comfort, good food, travel, then you could well spend money on these things as well. Rahu in Pisces can also give health related expenses, especially if you are in your senior years. Jupiter rules both your money houses, which are the 2nd and 11th house. At the start of the year, Jupiter will be in your 3rd house, which signifies self-effort. So it means that if you have your own business, the more effort and time you put in, the more money you can earn. Alternatively, this can mean that you have to work really hard to earn money, which is what I mentioned earlier with Saturn in the 1st house. In the 3rd house, you can also earn well through publishing, writing blogs, or anything through any medium which deals with communication. After April, Jupiter will move into your 4th house, which is the natural exaltation spot for Jupiter. However, in the sign of Taurus, it means that you'll be trying to add value to your home. This is a time when you can be renovating or even selling real estate. When the 11th Lord is in the 4th house, you can get income through real estate, mother, or family, as Jupiter will also be aspecting your 8th house of inheritance. For relationships, 2024 could be a little bit of a challenging year. With Rahu in the 2nd house and Saturn in the 1st house, this can show that you are firmly focusing on yourself, your own values, and you may not be happy in the relationship you are in. Saturn is a cold planet and it doesn't have any romantic qualities and doesn't really create any emotional connection. And therefore, when it aspects the 7th house, a person may not feel happy in the relationship. But at the same time, it doesn't mean Saturn can't help you in your relationship. Saturn's energy can help bring practicality, boundaries, and realism to any connection. And if these concepts or qualities are missing in your relationship, then you will feel the intensity of Saturn's aspect much more. If these qualities already exist in your relationship, such as having long-term plans, communicating openly and honestly, having frank discussions around money and financial stability, and overall being fair, then Saturn's aspect will not bother you too much. If your relationship is purely based on emotions, so for example feeling love, passion and excitement, then Saturn will destabilize any connection. Those who are only recently married, or if your relationship is less than 2 or 3 years old, would in particular have to take care. The other major combination is Rahu and Ketu in your 2nd and 8th house axis, which can disturb relationships. With Rahu and Ketu in this position, it doesn't matter how long you've been with the person. Even if you have been married for 30 years, these placements can cause some problems. The 2nd and 8th houses are very important houses that support a relationship or marriage, and they are both the houses of value. The 2nd house are your values, and the 8th house are your partner's values. And when Rahu and Ketu transit these houses, it causes a major imbalance which can impact your relationship. This is a time where core values can get misaligned. For example, your partner's lifestyle might change. There could be infidelity or financial problems. When Ketu transits the 8th house, the core values of a relationship can go missing, and you may not want to make sacrifices for your partner. You may want to do things your own way, and therefore this can lead to discontent. It doesn't mean everyone will get separated. It really depends on your natal chart and the society and culture you are part of. For general wellness, Saturn is in your 1st house, and if you are following transits from the moon, then this is a peak period of Saraswati, where Saturn is transiting over your natal moon. This can generally be a difficult period where you can feel a lot of tension in your mind and feel worried or even a little bit depressed. So this is a time you have to look after your mental health and be realistic and true to yourself about what you can handle. This is a time you really need to know who you are. You need to know your limits and set realistic boundaries, and then you will be okay. Saturn represents restrictions, so if you do not acknowledge your limits, then this period can be very difficult. So the only natural remedy is knowing who you are, what you can do and what you can't do. When Jupiter transits your 4th house from May 2024, it will be a slightly better period mentally. Now I say only slightly better because Jupiter in Taurus is good financially, but overall it doesn't give lots of emotional happiness because Taurus is a very rational sign. Now transits from the moon represents mother. Saturn transiting over the moon can also be a time where you can't get the emotional connection with your mother or feel happiness in your home. There could be things at home which are bothering you, and this could include your mother's health. Moon rules the sign of Cancer, which is a natural 4th house, so anything related to the 4th house can be bothering you. The 1st house is the body, and when Saturn transits this house, you could be having any health issues related to the body, so this might be a cause of tension. The good news is Saturn is in its more Trikona sign, and Aquarius is a very progressive sign, and in the current society we are living in, medical treatment is very advanced. So whatever health issues you may be suffering from, there are good chances to get cured. Rahu in the 2nd house means that you need to be very careful of your diet, because if your diet is not healthy or balanced, then Saturn in the 1st house will cause some issues. So overall for 2024, if you work hard in your career, you can earn a lot of money this year, but it's important to know your limits. It could be a tricky year for relationships, and it's a year you need to look after your health and watch your diet. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below, or you can email me at exaltedmercury8@gmail.com. And I will see you next time. Thank you.